Today is espresso making day, and today I'm going to walk through how to use an espresso machine that we have for Javaccino. There are different types of espresso machines, but since our Javaccinos are often held in the hallway, we don't have access to a water line that's continuously feeding the machine with water. So we have a machine here that has its own water tank, and this is it. And during Javaccino, whoever is responsible for making the espresso will have jugs of water under the table so they can keep refilling the water tank as they need to. Okay? So to make the espresso, and if you've ever watched them make it at Starbucks or Einstein's or any type of coffee place, they pack the espresso into this little container before it hooks onto the machine, because espresso is made under pressure. Okay? So this machine kind of does that for you. So you have this handle, you lift it up, and this contraption just spins around and around. So we want it to stop here. This is an opening that goes down into the machine, and that's where we're going to put the espresso. Okay? And so we're going to make 2 scoops worth, and they need to be fairly level because the machine will not hold any extra espresso. So that goes in there again, and you tap it down into the machine. Now you're going to turn this 90 degrees, or 1/4 of a turn, till this handle is in front of you. Okay? And it clicks right in. You pull back on these little levers, and now you pump this lever up and down, and what you're doing is you're packing the espresso down into a basket. So you want to smash it down in there and then let go. Nothing is forced, but it needs to be firm. Then the next step is right over here. This machine turns the machine on. This starts the espresso making process. And we're going to let the water run out until it gets to the tube. Now we make espresso for several of our drinks. We make it for our mocha lattes, our caramel lattes, and our frozen mocha mix. Those 3 drinks have espresso. Now as this comes out of the machine, you see it's very foamy. That is perfectly normal. As the espresso sits, all those little air bubbles pop, and then it looks just like coffee. Espresso is very, very strong. All right, it's a very strong coffee. It's ground much finer. It's ground like a powder versus the ground coffee you would see, to make regular coffee. All right. So when this gets to the 2, we're going to turn the machine off. And then I can show you what happens to our coffee grounds. And you can see there's different colors here. That's just because this coffee here has more air in it. All right, and this is already settling. And that air is coming to the top, and then all those bubbles will break. Now, you lift this up. This must be up to spin. As we spin this, it's pushing all the coffee grounds into a little garbage can. And I'm going to show you that in just a second. This catches all of our coffee grounds. And so periodically while you're making espresso at Javaccino, you need to empty this. It probably goes through 5 or 6 batches, and then you need to empty it. So you can put this right up here, and I'll run through the process one more time. 2 scoops of espresso powder, and I'll let get a nice close-up. This is very, very fine. It's like a powder versus, grounds. It's very, it's been chopped even more than regular coffee for a coffee machine. Turn this 90 degrees, pack it down, let go with it, pack down, and turn on the machine. And that's fine, that pop was fine. This is now going to stop at the 4 because we're making 2s. And if you see all of this coffee, the air left and it all turned nice and dark. Okay? Now, for our frozen mochas, we need large quantities of this. We'll probably make anywhere from 27 to 30 cups of espresso for all of our frozen mocha mix. For our hot lattes, the espresso gets made Javaccino morning so that it's hot when it goes into those beverages. Those beverages are served hot, where the frozen mocha obviously is served cold. Almost there. There we go. So we would be pouring this into a big stock pot if we were making it for the frozen mocha mix. And then we'd put it in the fridge and just keep it until we were making the mix. And again, on Javaccino morning, somebody will be designated to make espresso for our hot drink so that that coffee is hot. All right, until tomorrow.